Good evening. This is Group 2 from the class English for Health. Today, our group will be talking about the digestive system. The group is composed by Maciel Castillo, Laura Paulino, Michelle Cruz, Flor Peralta, Jeremías Pérez, Crismari Peralta, and me, Elias Adon. In this presentation, we will be talking about the mouth and salivary glands, the esophagus, and the stomach. We will be also talking about the liver, the gallbladder, the pancreas, the bladder and small intestine, as well as the appendix, rectum, and anus. My partner, Maciel Castillo, will introduce you to the mouth and salivary glands. Hope you enjoy.
Mouth. The mouth is beginning of digestive tract. The teeth and salivary glands help break down food for digestion, and tissues protect the body against infection. The mouth, also known as an oral cavity, is the opening in the body through which food is ingested. The mouth can be considered a room with five walls. Anterior walls is formed by the lips. Lateral walls, they are formed by the cheeks. Lower wall formed by the floor of the mouth where the tongue is located. Upper wall or palate and hind wall is an irregular hole that communicates the mouth with the pharynx. Salivary glands. These are exocrine glands in the upper digestive system that produce saliva. Saliva is a liquid, contains proteins, glycoproteins, carbohydrates, and electrolytes. Its function is to start the digestion of food, assists in the process of mastication, and contains enzymes that begin the process of digesting carbohydrates and fats.
Next. Hi, my name is Laura, and I'm going to talk about the esophagus and the stomach. The esophagus is a muscular tube that connects the throat pharynx to the stomach. The esophagus is about 8 inches long in line with a most pink tissue called mucus. The esophagus runs behind the white and heart and in front of the spine. Just before entering the stomach, the esophagus goes through the diaphragm. The upper esophageal sphincter (UES) is a collection of muscles that top the esophagus. The longer esophageal sphincter (LES) is a collection of muscles at the longer end of the esophagus. Next, where it meets the stomach, when the lens is closed, is the prevent acid and stomach content from traveling back from the stomach. The stomach is a muscular organ located on the left side of the upper abdomen. The stomach receives food from the esophagus. When food reaches the end of the esophagus, it enters the stomach through a muscular bag called the lower esophageal sphincter. Next. The stomach secretes acids and enzymes that digest food. Ridges of muscular tissue called winkles line the stomach. The muscles of the stomach contract periodically, churning up the food to improve digestion. It's all. Thanks.
The liver. The liver is the heaviest organ in the body and one of the largest. It is located in the upper right portion of your belly, under the ribs, and is responsible for functions vital to life. The liver primarily possesses nutrients from food, makes bile, removes toxins from the body, and builds protein. It metabolizes many drugs. It breaks down fat and produces cholesterol. It converts glucose into glycogen and creates immune factors necessary to fight infections. There are two distinct sources that supply blood to the liver, including the following. The oxygenated blood flows in from the hepatic artery, and the nutrient-rich blood flows in from the hepatic portal vein. The functions of the liver. The liver regulates most chemicals levels in the blood and excretes a product called bile. This helps carry away waste products from the liver. All of the blood leaving the stomach and intestines passes through the liver. The liver processes this blood and balances and creates the nutrients, and also metabolizes drugs into forms that are easier to use for the rest of the body or that are non-toxic. More than 500 vital functions have been identified with the liver. Some of them well-known functions include the following. The production of bile, which helps carry away waste and break down fat in the small intestines during digestions, as well as the production of certain proteins for blood plasma. It also produces cholesterol and special proteins to help carry fats through the body. It converts excess glucose into glycogen for storage and to balance and make the glucose as needed. It regulates of blood levels of amino acids, which form the building blocks of proteins. It produces hemoglobin for the use of its iron content, and then the liver stores the iron. The conversion of poisonous ammonia to urea, and the clearing of blood and other poisonous substances. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Michelle Cruz, and I will talking about the gallbladder and pancreas. The gallbladder, next, please. Okay. The gallbladder is an organ that is part of the digestive system of the humans. It is located below the liver. The functions of the gallbladder is to store and concentrate the bile secreted by the liver. It stores the bile secretion until an adequate stimulus causes it by the concentration of muscular wall. The walls of the gallbladder consist of serous muscular membranes. Pathology of the gallbladder. Next. The pathology of the gallbladder is best known for the potential problems it causes that obstructs the bile duct and generate inflammation pathologies that in some cases can be eliminated with medication, and many others must be treated surgically. The pancreas. The pancreas is an organ of the digestive system and the endocrine system in the human. It is located in the abdominal cavity just behind the stomach. The pancreas in the human is located behind the stomach between the spleen and the duodenum at the level of the first and second lumbar vertebrae. The parts of the pancreas are head, unsymphore process, neck, body, tail, and many pancreatic ducts. The pancreas receives blood for the salicylic acid and the upper meniscus artery. Finish.
God bless, I'm Frolisa Peralta, and I will be talking about the small intestine and the large intestine. I will begin by sharing the definition of intestine. The intestine is a portion of the digestive tract that lies between the stomach and the anus. Its main function is to absorb the nutrients and water that are ingested during the feeding process. Next, please. The small intestine. It is a long tube-shaped organ that connects the stomach to the large intestine. It is almost 20 feet long and folds over several times to fit inside the abdomen. The small intestine has three parts: the duodenum, the jejunum, and the ileum. Its function is to continue the process of digesting the food that comes from the stomach and absorbing the nutrients and water to used in the body. The small intestine is a part of the nest of the digestive system. Next, the large intestine. It is a long tube-like organ that connects the small intestine at one end and to the anus at the other. The large intestine has four parts: second duct, colon, rectum, and anus. Partially digests food passes through the second duct into the colon, where water and some nutrients and electrolytes are removed. The remaining matter, solid waste called feces, passes through the colon, is stored in the rectum and leaves the body through the anal canal and into the anus. That's all. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jeremias, and I will be talking about the appendix. The appendix is a small organ connected to the large intestine in the lower right part of the belly. Its function is to harbor intestinal bacteria that are vital to the human body. Next, clinical significance. The most common disease of the appendix in humans is appendicitis. Appendicitis is a condition characterized by inflammation of the appendix. Fever and immune system response are also characteristics of the appendicitis. As the inflammation progresses, the pain begins to localize more clearly to the right lower quadrant. If appendicitis is not treated, the appendix can rupture, leading to a shock and then death of the person. Surgery. The best way to treat appendicitis is surgery, which is called an appendectomy. This removal is normally performed as an emergency procedure when the patient is suffering from acute appendicitis. Thank you. I'll leave you with my next partner.
Hi, my name is Crismarin Encarnacion Peralta, and I go to talk about the rectum on the anus. The rectum is the last second of the digestive tract. It is approximately 12 to 15 m long and is located immediately after the sigmoid column, from the third sacral vertebra to the canal or distal area. The rectum undergoes a widening and forms the second rectal ampulla. The anus. The anus is the final end of the digestive tract where the sphincter is located, which regulates the defecation process. The anal canal extends from the rectum to the paral skin and is covered by a mucous membrane and covers the internal sphincters. Thank you.